Hey there, aspiring screenwriters. Now that you've Googled how to tweak your script's length, format, even the number of potty words to optimize your script's coverage score, let's apply big data to the next phase of your hopeless screenwriting journey, and that's writing the perfect query letter to send to hundreds of complete strangers. In this video, we're going to create and execute a rigorous statistical experiment that reveals how responses to screenwriter queries correlate to key query attributes like length, short for those zippy three-liners where I pretend that the target and I are besties, medium for those half-pagers where I delve into just a touch of my key story beats, and then long for when I explain how Aunt Clara's epic battles with irritable bowel syndrome really inspired my screenwriting career. For tone, it's going to be either casual or formal, and let's learn whether we should be harassing Asians or managers or peons at production companies. You may be wondering, isn't it rude to send a cold query to some Hollywood bigwig I've never met? What if that person's really busy? Well, if they didn't want you to do that, it wouldn't be so easy to snoop their email addresses from IMDb Pro. That's how you show you're young and hungry. Now, originally, I had delivery method as an input variable here, and I'm not smooth enough to get past those snide little gatekeepers. Hi, reach so-and-so's office. I'm here to screen out losers like you. I thought the stale mail method might be a little time prohibitive for the scale of my planned experiment. And I don't live in LA, so it'd be hard to just, casually run into people. So we narrowed it down to email queries. There's also some theories about when's the best time to send those snappy queries so they don't reek of desperation. If you send them out on the weekends, are you super ambitious or a total amateur? And Mondays are always so busy. What about midweek, right after lunch, catch them in a good mood? My favorite, it's right before the weekend starts so they can think about it all weekend long. It's really too bad we dropped that phone delivery option. Finally, there's humility. Am I modest, or do I casually slip in that I was a semi-finalist in the first annual Greater Milwaukee Screenwriters Competition? Not just quarterfinalist, semi-finalist. Right here, this guy. Oh! We're almost ready to execute the study, but for extra rigor, we're going to include both a negative and a positive control. This is where we validate the model by confirming that the controls lead to the expected results. For a negative control, and this is a query letter that we know is doomed to fail, we're going to use a query letter from my screenwriter friend Sam. His query letters always go nowhere. They'll be perfect for that. And then for a positive control, this is a query letter that we know is going to work. We're going to, we really don't need a positive control. It's really not necessary for this study. Okay, so finally, I need to decide how to record the results of my query experiments. I'm sure I'm going to get a ginormous range of positive responses, and for simplicity, we're going to lump all those really strong responses, everything that's really going to encourage me in my screenwriting career, we're going to give that a +1. And then we'll assign a -1 to those incredibly polite, professional rejection letters that we occasionally receive as screenwriters. I guess there's a possibility that maybe one or two of my query letters won't get a response at all. I guess that's possible. And if that does happen, we'll just assign that a 0. All right, we've got our design, we're ready to execute the experiment, and I've taken the customary precaution of making sure our victims, our targets here, are going to be completely blindsided. That's a pretty standard statistical procedure. Now, all rigorous clinical trials, they're double-blinded, and that means not only are the victims in the dark, so are the administrators of the test. So I've asked my little camera girl, thanks, sweetie, for helping out. Daddy really appreciates it. I've asked her to send all these emails out for me, especially the ones Friday at 5 a.m. And in addition to this double blinding, we're going to go a step beyond that, and that's triple blinding. And that's where not only the study executors and the victims, but the person who's designing the study really has no idea what's going on either. All right, we're going to do a brief cutaway now to simulate all those query letters being sent by my intrepid assistant. All right, so now the results are in. Let's see how we did. We'll start with our negative control. We can see that Sam's totally lame query letter got rejected. That's great news. But beyond that, I'm not seeing a lot of positive responses here. Sweetie, do you remember to send all those nice query letters like I asked you to? so that you didn't have to clean your room? Did you do that for me? Let's just check to make sure she did. Okay, yep, looks like a lot of things in that sent folder. Okay, she sent them, but I just don't see any responses really at all. Oh, wait, down here. Oh, yep, here we go. Yep, there's negative responses, no positive responses. But I see a lot of negative responses, and they seem to be correlated to sending them Friday early morning. That seems to elicit a response. Great, let's do some analysis on that. So I've done a sophisticated analysis here, and you can see the primary driver of eliciting a negative response is what time we send the query, with Friday early morning being the most impactful time to send, followed by the weekend time, kind of what we expected here. Now we're going to dive a little bit deeper into the data. Now we already know that the time that we send the query letter is quite impactful, but what are the secondary drivers? So I've broken that down here for you. The length of the query letter, that's pretty important, as well as the level of humility that I used in sending the query. That's going to be important too. And if you're wondering, wasn't the whole point of our experiment to find that magic formula for successful query letters? Well, unfortunately, we fell far short of generating enough positive responses to generate a good correlation there. Sorry about that. All right, to summarize results, we learned that sending long, arrogant query letters Friday at 4 a.m. is one of the best ways to really piss off people who are going to otherwise ignore you. So let that be the final lesson here. Thanks for watching, and enjoy ismyscreenplaycrap.com.